Hey everyone, it's me, Lye Yosh. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how setting ambitious goals or dreams lead you to misery. And you've all heard this before, the self-improvement industry or the life coaches or whatever. They say it like a broken record. Oh, in order to be happy, you must set big life goals. And do you really need that? Is it really necessary to have these big fantastic dreams or life goals? The short answer is not at all. I'm going to be supporting this by using the studies from University of Alberta to discuss why you don't need dreams and goals. In this channel, I'm going to be talking about these fun scientific and psychological information. So if this feels like your cup of tea, then please click the subs and enjoy. Thank you. So the experiment collected two groups of men and women from ages 18 to 43 years old and 23 to 37 years old, which makes up the total amount of 1,500 samples. The first group was studied for 25 years and the second group was studied for 14 years. And the researchers saw what kind of changes they had over different stages in their lives. The objective was to see if any of the samples had an ambitious goal and whether it had any positive impacts in the long-term process. Here's what happened. The majority of the samples got happier as they aged, meaning that people had a higher level of happiness during their early 40s compared to their late teens. Additionally, it's been proven that people's level of happiness generally won't stop inclining until the mid-30s. So basically it means that the process is natural, and there's not really a reason for you to go out of your way to build techniques for happiness. So it basically means that as you grow, you'll experience more and more stuff. And some of these experiences are very life-changing. For example, marriage. According to this data set, the same thing happens for marriage. The level of happiness inclines, and even mental health tends to improve. So while you may not notice it consciously, the act of living on itself is enough of a contributor to you making your life happy. And whether you add marriage or not, oh, that part's up to you, but comparatively, it has more goods than bads. But then there was an exception to this case. There were people whose level of happiness declined, and the commonalities they shared was losing their jobs. So the study analyzes that as you get older, you tend to have a more stable job. When you're in your 30s and 40s, you tend to have a full-time job rather than a part-time job, and that becomes a part of your identity. And that identity is taken away from you when you experience job loss, and therefore it'll result in the decline of one's level of happiness. So, to sum it up, oh damn, that went pretty fast. That went really fast. People's level of happiness tends to naturally increase as they age, and the most common variable for a decline in that level of happiness was losing their jobs. And marriage tends to add happiness to people's lives, but it's not a requirement. So, generally speaking, it'll most likely not be a horrible decision if you marry someone. It is also proven that this effect was evident even through some adjustments among gender, personality, wealth, amount of arrogance, all those possible side effects. So it could be said that this is a rather normal thing that people go through. However, there was another exception to this effect that caused a decline in the sample's level of happiness, which is, you're wrong. The decline also happened to people who had big life goals. And I'm going to tell you why. The study analyzed it like this. So, as we age and experience more and more stuff, we tend to discover our capabilities. Stuff that we feel like we can do if we try hard enough, and stuff that seems impossible no matter how hard we try. And as we discover these capabilities, we start to compromise with our abilities on what we can and can't do. I'm a pretty short dude, so the chance of me being a star player in the NBA is very slim. And when I start convincing myself that I must become who I dream, the level of happiness starts to decline. You see the connection? I'll be miserable about my current self and be unsatisfied with my inability to achieve what I want to become. And because I'm in a negative loop, I'm not able to move on to other options or possibilities. I'm willingly closing the doors for other options so I can become something that I can never achieve. My point is clear. If we go against the natural flow of growth and stick to this one big ambitious dream, we won't be able to make realistic plans and take actions that can actually bloom. We all want to believe that, oh, there's no plan B. It's either we do the stuff that we're doing right now or nothing. It's fantasides. It seems cool. It seems like we're determined. But Is it actually an effective way for us to achieve what we want? I don't know, you decide. According to this study, samples are shown to be happier as they understand and acknowledge their capabilities, or even as they understand what they want to do. That could be a factor in making your life happier. I love reading books, and I also enjoy presenting these informations to the public. Would I enjoy being a club owner as much? I gotta think about that. I know how to make money on both pathways, but if my dream was to just become crazy rich and I stick to this plan no matter what happens, I won't be able to explore different pathways or different possibilities. Additionally, because I won't become crazy rich overnight, I won't be able to fully enjoy the act of going on that pathway I took, because all of my focus is shifted towards this vague and overly ambitious goal and nothing else. I hope this is making sense to you because this is something that not a lot of people are telling to others. So the important mindset is this. 1. Understand and accept your capabilities at your current state. And 2. Predict your plan according to what you excel or enjoy, and find your own right method by continuously experimenting with your prediction. And for this method to work, ambitious goals are unnecessary. So I was going to end the video right here, but I realized that I got more points to cover. And honestly, I feel like this is more important than everything that I've said so far. So for those of you who are still watching, thank you so much. And I promise you, your patience won't be betrayed. So with everything that I've said so far, I can understand that some people might think that they already know these informations. Some people might go like, "Hey Yosh, your video is irrelevant. I'm a self-improvement expert, so I happen to be watching a lot of videos on how to be successful. So I don't think you got the upper hand by adding scientific evidence to it, because so many people before you have covered this topic." And to this, I have a very simple reply. If that's the case, are you truly satisfied with your success? This kind of applies to everyone who's watching this, because I'm sure that most of you have reached this video because you were scrolling through YouTube trying to look for videos about how to be more confident, or how to be more attractive, or how to be successful in life. And I'm also sure that at one point every one of you just went like, "Geez, there's way too many videos for me." And at another point, some of you might thought, "Okay, so there's like gajillion videos about how to be successful that I can watch for free. But strange. Why aren't there as many people who are considered successful in this world?" Some of y'all might say that, "Oh, success is subjective, there isn't really a common ground," and I say that they're just nitpicking. Everyone knows that the caste system among people who are successful in any field and the extra normal people are shaped like a pyramid, not a square. Despite all the books, and all the videos, and all the conferences, and all the everything, why is this happening? The summed up answer to this is that what's being said as the mainstream content for self-improvement is either wrong or does not apply to the broader audience. Surprisingly, there are people who make self-improvement videos on YouTube who believe their personal experience alone applies to every single human being on this planet, and it's just so funny. And honestly, this is the reason why I use science and data to support my claim. I am fully aware that the information I find and present will not apply to every single one of you, but it's the best source out of your choice because it applies to the maximum amount of people. That's what data is. If you really think your personal experience, a sample number of only one person is superior to the multitude of samples collected in a professional study, then that's fine, I guess. It's not gonna hurt me in any way, and I kinda expect this channel to be like that. I want this channel to be a tool for y'all, to help find answers for your most desired questions or issues. Answers you are desperately trying to find for your own betterment. Informations that you're willing to attain even if it costs money. And just making sure, y'all, the videos are free. If you can't send me money, then that's totally fine. Just make sure to subscribe, and you don't have to like the video, but make sure to subscribe so you can get future contents from this channel. Also comment what kind of topics you want me to discuss for future references. And lastly, make sure to hit that sub button, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.